बड़े गर्व से आमंत्रित करना चाहेंगे हमारे प्रो वाइस चांसलर सर को, डॉक्टर चिन्मय पांड्या जी, MBBS MRCP फ्रॉम लंदन के प्रतिष्ठित अस्पतालों में सीनियर कंसल्टेंट के रूप में आपने अपने अनुभवों को बांटा और उसके पश्चात आप उन सब नौकरियों को छोड़ करके यहाँ पर हम सभी युवाओं के लिए प्रेरणा स्रोत के रूप में आए। ऐसे हमारे डॉक्टर चिन्मय पांड्या से अपने अनुभवों को हम सभी के साथ बांटें।
I'm aware that we are running very late in the time, so I would try to finish it as soon as possible. At the very end of this academic congregation, I would like to trace our roots back to the origins of the ancient times, the Vedic times, with the recitation of the Gayatri Mantra. Gayatri, who is considered as the soul of Vedic culture, mother of all Vedas, the divine force behind the creation, and the power that guides us to the righteous path, the path of pure wisdom, the path of pure intellect. And she could be reached by this piece of Vedic mantra. So those of you who are able to sing the Gayatri Mantra, please sing it together with me. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. In the subtle presence of Param Puj Gurudev and Param Vandaniya Mataji, I would like to start by greeting those seated on the dais, all the distinguished guests present on the dais, off the dais, the delegates who have joined us from various parts of the country and abroad, members of the DSVV family, and dear students. Dear friends, a beautiful story comes in the Shiva Sutras. Saddened by the plight of every soul, Parvati ji asks a question to Lord Shiva. And she asks that, what is the reason? What is the reason behind the pain and sorrow faced by every human soul? And what's the process of salvation? And Lord Shiva answers in a wonderfully metaphorical way. He says that at the beginning, he decided to divide every soul into two halves. And he kept one half with him and he left other to take births. That's it. He kept one half with him and he left other to take births. But if we listen carefully, then we would just about get the message. The message is that every soul is incomplete. And we are trying to find completeness in the other incomplete soul, and we cannot give it to others what we don't have. The sense of completeness is only achieved by meeting with the other half that lies with the divine. So to achieve absolute bliss, to achieve this painless state of harmony, we have to travel beyond us to the ultimate, to the divine, to the perfect. And unfortunately, all the travel that we have done together as humanity, all the roads that we have mapped together as mankind, that's only been an outward journey. The journey that can only make us more incomplete and more imperfect. We have done significant progress in terms of objective growth, superficial satisfaction, but that only made us more hollow, more empty, more dissatisfied. Because if we run after the matter, what we get is material. What we get is mortal. What we get is perishable. But the path to stability, the path to happiness, the path to divinity is inside us. Not in the matter, but in the consciousness. And that is the path that gives us the real happiness, the real treasure. And this truth was very well known to the rishis of ancient era, the scientists of the Vedic times. And they knew that the answer to all our fundamental questions, they lie deep inside us, in the depths of our consciousness. And Vedas are a result of that process. They're the byproduct of the introspection done by the ancient rishis. They are the eternal treasures of wisdom. And the knowledge imparted in them is not limited to a particular race, religion, sect, or society. It's for everyone. Vedas talk about this universality. They talk about the universal beliefs, values, and principles that define a human being as a human being. Where else you would find the notion of ayam nijah paroveti garana laghuchetasam udar charita nam tu vasudhaiva kutumbakam. That only the people with narrow minds, they have got this tendency of this is mine and that is yours. But for the people with big hearts, for the people with Vedic values, every single soul of this world is part of their extended family. Where else? And to have this sense of feeling as a family, to have this sense of united goal, we have to have a transformation of the thought process. A transformation of the thought process that is inspired by the Vedas. Param Pujya Gurudev, Pandit Shri Ram Sharma Acharya, founder of this great organization, a saint, a seer, a scholar, a philosopher, a divine being. He talked about this revolution from the day he envisioned this movement, the movement of thought transformation. And Gurudev said a very wonderful thing, that you cannot have Vichar Kranti, you cannot have the Kranti of the Vichars unless you have got the right Vichars for it, unless you have got the right thoughts for it, the thoughts of morality, the thoughts of spirituality, the thoughts of higher values. He gave the concept of Manushya mein Devatva ka uday dharti par swar ka avtaran, to evolve divinity inside men, and then to force the heaven to descend onto earth. And this process of transformation has to start from the individuals. And without that, the transformation of the society is not possible. And that was exactly the concept we had in the mind when we conceptualized Ved and Vichar Kranti as the theme of this International Vedic Conference. And no one could be happier than us to know that this task was successfully achieved. The formal note of thanks lies to Shashiji soon after me. So I would not barge into her territory and start thanking people. But I would like to say that this would not have been possible without the divine protection, nurturing and support of Param Pujya Gurudev.